Welcome. Today, we will analyze a project exported from SAP2000 in Fundaxis. Here, we have a 6-story building made of concrete and steel. The building has already been calculated in the SAP software, and what interests us for foundation design are the forces occurring at the base and the elements reaching the base, model selection and export. To begin, it is advisable to set the 3-dimensional view of the model from a side perspective without depth. Then, by dragging the mouse from the bottom right to the top left, we select all the elements reaching the base, including the restricted nodes, columns, and walls. Once this selection is made, we go to the Export menu, choose the desired model. We choose SAP2000 S2K text file. We select all the model definition tables, and in Joint Output, we select all the reaction tables. If you want to export fewer loads, they can be deselected. Click OK. Save file. Creating the project in Fundaxis. We open the browser and access the Fundaxis website. We enter our project space and create a new project, assigning it a name. The Startup dialog opens, where we can choose between several import options: blank project, from SAP2000, from a TAPS file, or from Excel. In this case, we select SAP2000, click, and choose the exported file. If the import is successful, it will be marked as completed. The first query that appears asks what loads we want to use for the foundation design. Specifically, we select the service loads and the ultimate loads, which will be used for the steel reinforcement design. We can modify concrete density, soil density, evaluation parameters such as the minimum compression area, and allowable stresses, both static and dynamic. We define the foundation seal depth, determined by the foundation height and how deep it is embedded in the ground. Foundation design. If no prior editing is required, we can start the design. Pressing the corresponding button opens a dialog with options for automatic detection, optimization, and the ability to modify design limits before proceeding. The program will automatically detect isolated, strip, or slab foundations based on project needs. Then, it optimizes the dimensions to achieve the most economical solution. Once the design is completed, we can verify general results using the Check Result button, ensure all foundations are correct, and analyze pressures under different load combinations. We can also view detailed results for a specific foundation by clicking on it. If we want to see more detailed results for a foundation, we go to Individual Results, select a foundation, and its information is displayed, allowing us to see the forces acting on it in different load combinations. Design adaptation and grouping. The design can be adapted in different ways. For example, if we have 2 foundations that could share the same design, we can use design groups. We can create a new group, add both foundations, and request a redesign to homogenize the design. Group lines or segments of different continuous foundations to standardize them. If we want to edit a specific foundation, we can click on the Foundations menu and modify any of its parameters or acting forces. Additionally, we can create new foundations of any of the 3 types within this menu. Steel reinforcement design. To design steel reinforcements, we select the available rebar and request the design. This ensures that the foundations are reinforced according to the ACI 318 code. It is important to save the design. Geotechnical analysis. To perform a geotechnical analysis, we expand the corresponding menu where we configure the soil beneath the foundations. We can add soil layers with customized parameters, such as renaming them and modifying properties. Manually add and adjust layers to modify their thickness in cases of irregular terrains. Use the borehole system, where each bar represents a borehole, allowing us to determine and manually adjust the thickness of soil layers using a dedicated button. Import data from Excel, including borehole data, soil layers, and their thicknesses. To run the analysis with the configured soil, we click on the appropriate option to select the load combinations and the type of analysis to be performed. We can set parameters for a differential settlement analysis and then execute the calculations. Once completed, we can see the analysis results, available pressure and settlement analyses. Pressure section, pressure bulbs, effective soil pressures, total effective pressures. Settlement section, instant settlements, which can be amplified. Primary consolidation settlements, total settlements. We can enable or disable pressures on foundation seals for visualization purposes. Differential settlement section, instant settlements, primary consolidation settlements, total settlements. Any detected conflicts will be displayed in a list based on the defined analysis parameters. Once the analysis is complete, we save our project. Report and drawing generation. We can generate a report with all calculations and download it in Word format. To generate design drawings, we first click on the Building button, then on Generate. The drawings are now generated and can be downloaded in DXF format. Additional tools for design, adjustment and redesign. Some useful tools include Settings button, View General Evaluation and Performance Parameters, Load Editing button, Modify Visualized Loads, Foundation Creation and Editing button, Add or Modify Foundations, Foundation Beams or Tie Beams, Addition, Connect foundations as needed. Tabular data, visualization, view nodes, coordinates, and characteristics. Browse through loads, modify them, and add new service or ultimate load combinations. Through the User button, we can access the Help page, documentation, and the feedback platform for this early development phase. Additionally, we can access a compact help page through another button. This concludes our complete review of the import, design, and analysis process in Fundaxis. We will soon release more detailed tutorials on each function. Thank you for your attention. Fundaxis.com. Foundaxis, fast and precise foundation design.